Hey everyone, this is Mike. Welcome back to Miskatonic Investigations. Today we're going to talk about the black-eyed kids or the black-eyed children. These are entities that come in the form of children. They tend to be anywhere from maybe 8, 9 years old all the way up to 14, 15, 16. They usually, again, are wearing like a hood over their heads and they usually claim to be lost and they want to come into the home so they can call their parents, or they're lost and they got left behind, so they come into your car and you can drive them to their home. The object of this is to get inside your home. So these are, but black-eyed kids, they have black eyes. So the belief is that these are interdimensional entities. Some people think they're demonic entities, but they come in the form of children. They look like children, but they're not children, but they look like children. And again, they'll come up to you, usually in pairs, sometimes alone, sometimes there are 3 of them. Occasionally, you'll see kids further back, so there'll be 1 or 2 that come front, and then a few hang back. And they give you some sob story about why they need to come into the house and or into your car. The reasons are not clear. Very few people have let them in. People feel a sense of dread around them, although at the same time they feel themselves with a compulsion to open the car door or the door to the front home or apartment. And there have been very few cases where people have let them in. There's been the few that there are is that people have gotten sick, ill, nosebleeds. If they were in a car, maybe a car accident. Nothing fatal as far as I know, but these are there is negative things that happened. Perhaps they create these situations to create negative energy, and they feed off of the negative energy, kind of like psychic vampires of the sort. The question is, what about New York? Well, yes, in fact, there have been incidents of black-eyed kids being seen in New York. Again, very often upstate New York. But there have been cases even in New York City, which would be, of course, a perfect place to find these black-eyed kids. But again, most of the published reports are in upstate, but they happen everywhere. And they, again, could be quite frightening. Sometimes people don't even notice it until they think about it after. At the time, they just think it's weird and, come on, now I don't have time, especially in New York City, right, where people are very cautious. And then it's only later on they realize those kids have no iris. They had no whites to their eyes, like on either side of there was no whites. They were pure black. Wow, that was strange. I didn't notice that. Very often it's at night, so if they have a hoodie on and they're under the lights, you can't even see sometimes, and then until they get close. And then you realize these demonic or these interdimensional entities don't seem human. They seem just something off with them. And also they come across as very needy and, I need help. But then when you resist, so you say no, they get angry, they get aggressive, they get demanding. And that's a good sign that these are not normal kids. And again, some people believe that these are interdimensional beings. They're not kids. But they want to get into to create some kind of harm in some way and feed off the harm potentially. And again, these have happened in New York. So the goal is to not let them in and to engage with them as little as possible. So if you encounter them, do not let them in. Do not engage. Just shut the door. Keep the door shut. Don't even open the door. Just ignore it, and they will go away. Sometimes they will persist for a little bit. But if you try to call the police or something like that, which is fine, you can, but the minute you do that, they disappear. If you drive away in the car, they disappear. You look in the rear view mirror, they're gone. So just kind of avoid, if they are persistent and they just continue to bang on the door or the window of your home or the car. Again, if you're in the car, drive away if you can. If you're in the home, you can ignore it. If it happens too long and you get scared, you can call the police. Now, of course, once you do that, they will disappear. But then the police will come, and so you'll have to explain there were some kids banging on your door. I mean, but again, if you are scared, if you don't know what it is, better safe than sorry. Not that I want people to you don't want to call the police for no reason. But if there's someone at your door and they're banging and they're scaring you, you don't know whether they're these interdimensional entities. That's the guess. They could just be very frightening. So, but try not to engage. And but you want to be, again, cautious. You want to be respectful of the police, but also respectful of your own health and well-being. And if you feel threatened and scared, and you see it, you need to do what you need to do to protect yourself. And not have these beings breaking in. Now, there's no evidence that they've ever broken in. It's like they need to be invited. But still, if someone's banging at your door or your window, it's kind of scary. So do what you feel is best, but again, being respectful to your neighbors, to your community, to the police as well. But taking care of yourself. So I hope you find this helpful. If you want more information, you can contact me and let me know, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.